We are
excited.
excited about the elaboration room.
I am excited about this.
Welcome to the Elaboration Room with Reverend Yo and Reverend Harris.
Lift off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the elaboration room with two sisters of one. We were just talking about how we get our topics. Sometimes they're from people who watch our episodes and they give us a topic like, will you talk about this? Why don't you guys address this or that? And we always feel like God leads the people to us to give us topics because we can't come up with these. And sometimes they do just they're planted in us, just period. And we'll be having conversation and then we'll say, oh my goodness, that is a good topic for an episode. And I believe that's how this episode um, came about. But before that, as always, we want to thank everyone for their support in watching our episodes. Those of you who follow us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. So we do hope that, as always, as we say, we hope we are giving you something else to consider. We know you have busy lives, but we thank you for watching each and every show. We have some folks that never miss an episode.
Yay!
Yay, indeed. Yay, indeed. So let us go ahead and get started on this episode. And the title of this episode is simply Opportunities of Life. And the question is, if an opportunity popped up right now, would you be ready? I'm not starting this one this evening, though. Let me volley it into my sister's court. Go ahead, Reverend Yo.
Yeah, you love popping the ball over here. Because we were really debating before this show, which one of us was going to start.
Matter
So
of
of
fact, we
course,
did rock, paper, scissors.
yes, we did. Because it's no secret, you guys. You guys know we record these shows early, so we just debated out, see what's going on. But anyway, yes, it's going to start me tonight. And since I already asked you the question, if an opportunity popped up right now, would you be ready to handle whatever that opportunity might be? So when we were going back and forth on this title, we were like, okay, where we're going to go with it, because we get the titles and then we have to, of course, see God which way we want to go with it, and then we go from there. So I more so looked at it as life is just like a bunch of windows, so when moments and opportunities knock, you have to choose, which one you're going to go through. But for me, the real question for me is when the opportunities do pop up, or when the doors is there and you're knocking on them, are you prepared to answer that door as well? Because if the opportunity popped up right now, would you be ready? But when it knocks, are you prepared to answer? Because we can say we're ready if something happened right now, but are we really ready? But the question more so is, are you ready and prepared to answer it? That would be more so where I think we would really have to focus on this. Because if you think about it, some doors open only once, some for a season, and then others stay open just long enough for you to walk through in faith. But then there are still other things we need to do. So I thought about that when we were talking about this title, because not every door, and this is what I really want people to understand. Not every door is from God. It's not. Not every door is from God, but those that are come with purpose and responsibility. Because we just see an opportunity and think, oh, this is it. This is what it's going to be. And then you get in there and it's just complete chaos. It's not necessarily mean because a door opened in front of you that that's the door that you're meant to walk in. Because some doors open and they're easy. And then some doors open and they open with the purpose and responsibility that you have to do to handle that. But are we ready for that purpose and responsibility when God opens that door? Or are we just ready for a door to open that we can just walk in and think everything is easy? So when we think about that, I went to Ephesians 5:15 and 16, where it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. So what that means is we must live alert and prepared. So if an opportunity does come, we're alert and prepared for it, making the most of every opportunity that God gives us. Some blessings are wrapped in challenges, but they still come from God. So we think about it because I believe we talked about Joseph a while back on one of our shows where it talks about how Joseph's brothers threw him into a pit. And it looked like it was misfortune from him. Nothing else was going to happen, but it was a divine setup for his palace promotion, if you think about it. But
And
in
he
that,
stepped into
there,
that opportunity. He did.
yeah, he made
He
very
moved in it.
good.
He made the most of
Yeah,
it.
he
Yeah.
made very good way in the opportunity that was given to him because he technically could have stayed in the pit and died.
Yeah.
But there was an opportunity in that. So when that opportunity came, he was ready because there was a purpose and a responsibility in that. That's why I look at it, because opportunities don't always look like blessings. They often look like work or risk or change. And many people don't want to take risks these days. Everybody wants everything to go in order with no hiccups, just everything just goes smooth and easy. That's not how life is. You have to take risk in life. You have to work at it. That you have to do some type of change.
And
So
that's the
when that
hard part. Yeah.
that's the hard part because people
Change.
want to change. They want to stay where they are, their comfortable zones of complacency is what I would call it. So I'm one that I'll take the risk. I just will. If God gives me the opportunity to do A, B, C, and D, I'm gonna be like, okay, here we go. But I don't expect the road to be easy either. I expect it to be ups and downs and low valleys and good nights and sleepless nights. I expect that because I'm knowing wherever God is taking me, it's increasing my faith, it's increasing my strength. I have to persevere through it. There's going to be some trials and some tribulations, some setbacks. It's just going to happen. But as I'm going through it, I can also see that God opened the door for this opportunity and that opportunity. He put people in your place for you to meet. Things change, he just makes it the more you walk into the opportunity, the more God moves his hand to make sure you keep going. And that's how I see opportunities when things happen. I don't see them as a stumbling block. I said, okay, we get ready to go this road again. And I could talk about that for a while because it happens. It's happened in my life several times. I've been uprooted several times, but in it all, God has always shown himself in that. So if the question was asked to me, if an opportunity popped up, would I be ready? I would be like, yeah. And the next question part of that was, will I be prepared? No, but I'm getting prepared. And that's just how I see it. Because if we think about it, you can't grab what you're not already carrying. So whatever God has in us, it's in us. We can't go and grab something that is not for us to carry. If God gave you the very thing you've been praying for right now, a ministry, a promotion, some people praying to win the lottery, some people are praying for husbands, whatever he gave you. And I think I mentioned this in a sermon that I preached a while back. Whatever God gave you, would your character, mm, would your character, discipline, and mindset be ready to sustain what God gave you right now? That's a question for y'all to think about. Would your character, discipline, and mindset be ready to sustain what God is about to give you right now? Because you don't train on the day of the race, you train before the opportunity arises. So it's just a question we all really have to ask ourselves. Opportunities come in different disguises and inconvenience. They come in discomfort. You may not feel qualified, because I can tell you, when I took this call right here, this sister was like, me, no, I am not qualified to be doing none of that preaching and teaching
Oh,
stuff.
I did the same. I said the
No,
same
no,
thing.
no. Just leave me alone with my little Bible. Let me read my little
That's
Bible. Let me
it.
go to church and sit on the side pew. Leave me alone. Because in my mind, I was not qualified for where God was taking me. And I still feel that way sometimes, like, okay, Lord, I know you qualify who you call. You don't call the ones already qualified. And that's a paraphrase of that verse. And I don't know where it is exactly, but it's there. So you may think you're not ready, but God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies who he calls. So you may not see yourself walking in an opportunity that's right in front of you, but God may have already prepared you for it on the inside. Because in the years I've been preaching since 2007, I think 2006, 2007. I think 2006 was my first sermon. And didn't feel qualified at all. But I studied, I wrote, and then I stood and I spoke what God gave me. And over the years, I get a little better. And I'm pretty sure years from now, and I'll be a little bit better, Lord willing. But it's not something that you just know, oh, I can do this because I'm ready. No, you're not. You're not. But God will prepare you to be ready for where He is taking you. So if you feel like you're not ready or you feel like you're not qualified, God got you if God's called you to do it. So Galatians 6:9 is reminding us to let us not grow weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we don't lose heart. And some translations say if we don't faint. So some of us are in this due season, but fear and procrastination is keeping us from reaping. Others are in the preparation season, but discouragement is making them want to quit before the door even opens. Help us, God. So, my thought on that is, let us remind you tonight, God knows when to open the door, but you must be ready to walk through the door. You have to be spiritual ready, which means you are prayed up. You do know God's voice when He's speaking to you. You have to be mentally ready. You have to be walking in that confidence and not doubt. You have to be emotionally ready, because you have had to heal from the past disappointments of this life that we live. And you have to be practically ready, because your skills have sharpened, your plans are written, and your faith has to be strong in this. And whatever God has given you to do, just be ready that when that opportunity comes, when the opportunity pops up, be ready. You have to be. And sis, I think that's just about all I got.
Well, I want to backtrack a bit on what you were saying, because I know when I received my call, I plainly and can remember it and feel the passion that I told God, I don't see it. I don't see me up there. I don't see it. And God was giving me an opportunity right then. And that's what I said. And God said, it's not up for you to see. That was the message that I received back after telling God, nope, nope, I don't see it. And sometimes, you know, opportunities will come at us and we are not ready. There's something in us that is not ready. But
Mhm.
in hindsight and looking back, as Reverend Yo was saying, and I have said in many a sermon, everything that we need for our particular journeys, God has already planted within us, has
Definitely.
already put it in our toolbox,
Definitely.
everything that we need. And prior to my call to become a preacher and a storyteller for
The Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode every Monday at 6 p.m.